Now, I'm going to go over with you some strategies that I find very useful to regulate your emotions. First, we identify and reduce our triggers. We've already talked about this. This is all about self-awareness. If you don't have self-awareness that you are actually being triggered, then, as I said before, you can go off the rails, and we don't want that to happen. So the most important thing is start noticing inside of yourself physically when you start to feel triggered. Now, a lot of people feel this either in their stomach or their throat or on the sides of their head or in the middle. They start getting a headache. These are the first symptoms that you will feel that your body and your mind is becoming unregulated. Don't ignore it. Stop there, look at them, talk to them. Talk to yourself and say, I can feel that I'm getting anxious right now. I feel this coming up for me. I need to take a minute to myself, to acknowledge this to myself, and to find a place where I can take some deep breaths for a minute or collect myself. Also, one of the strategies which I find most helpful is considering that the story you're telling yourself is not the actual story of what is happening to you. Now, I'm not saying that you're lying to yourself, so don't get that impression. What I'm saying to you is that for a minute, consider that the story you're telling yourself could not be true completely. And that, well, you may say to yourself, well, my child doesn't love me anymore, or my child completely doesn't want me in their life, or they've forgotten me forever. You don't know that to be true, but those kinds of powerful emotions really trigger tons of anxiety in people. And so you have the power to reconstruct those thoughts and regulate those thoughts in your mind. You can switch that narrative to a narrative that is more positive. I don't know what they're feeling about me right now, but I do know that they still love me somewhere inside of themselves. It's a way of reframing. And reframing really does help with self-regulation. Because if I say to myself, my child still loves me, that gives me hope. But when I say, oh, I probably won't get a response, they hate my guts and I'll never hear from them, that sends me into a different emotion, which is anger.